All right, hello everyone. Here we are, hole number 7. I can't remember this wind from maybe a side wind. I'm thinking 9 o'clock. I'm trying to think of what last year was. That would be my guess. 9 o'clock. And it might have been this too. One or the other. It's either 9 or 7. But it'd be interesting to see if this is the exact same setup because I feel like it actually could be. Now, what I will typically do is I'll do very similar to what my opponent's doing, but I won't aim way over there to the left like that. That's a little bit too much to the left. It's very hard to get this to curl back enough, so I'm not even sure that's enough. What I try to do is I try to get tighter in on the tree so I don't even have to curl that much. And what that allows me to do, that is enough. So he did curl it enough. But as I mentioned, I'll try to get tighter in on the tree so I don't have to curl it that much. I can focus more on precision and getting this. I'm trying to think, 3.5 top spin or back spin. So should be well within range here. As I mentioned, I try to duck just a little bit closer to the tree, kind of similar to this. 3.5 might even be too much. So I'm thinking somewhere around here. And you can see with where I'm pointing, just going to allow me to kind of be a little bit more careful with how much I curl. Now, is 10 rings enough? I'm not sure. It might not be. So I'm thinking maybe even go 11 some. So there's about 1 point something. That's probably 11.3 rings. As I mentioned, when we do it this way, we can curl. You can see that was really not even enough ring play, even at 11.3. It was still a little bit light, so maybe even 12 rings there. As you can see, I barely landed up, and as a result, it made it not roll up the hill enough and shoot down towards the hole. But what it does allow me to do is kind of perfect how much curl, because I can use, say, like half a ball outside the circle, and it'll essentially be enough curl, and you can be all over this thing. So come weekend round, we can really be dialing this in and giving this a good attempt. I'm thinking don't use more than 3 on your backspin, but also with your severity of your overplay, it probably called for at least 12 rings there. So with a 9 wind, I'm thinking 12 rings somewhere in there. So we can talk about that in terms of notebook. 40%, 12.6 rings is probably somewhere in the ballpark. So a plus 40% on your adjustment for all winds will probably put you in the neighborhood of what you want to do there. So, I may do that on my second version. I do want to probably keep the Kingmaker because it allows me to have all that nice side spin. And it's a really good ball. Even if I had, the possibility to use a Wind 5, I probably still wouldn't. Because this is just, anytime that you have to bring curl into the equation, it's still going to be very makeable with that Kingmaker. So with that in mind, a good chance for you to get that eagle there with a Kingmaker, which is nice to see. You don't have to have a Wind 5 ball to have an advantage there. I think Kingmaker has just as easily an advantage. So keep that in mind. Good luck, and I'll see you guys on the next hole.